You're sitting in the movie theater. The film ends. The heroine finally gets what she deserves. The music swells. Everything is perfect. And suddenly you notice your eyes getting moist. Tears. But not because you're sad, because you're so damn happy. Or even better, your team wins the championship. You jump up, scream, hug strangers, and then, right in the middle of the celebration, tears roll down your cheeks. Tears of joy. As if your face forgot which program is running. Sad? No, happy! That doesn't make any sense. But your body says, actually, it makes total sense. And science agrees. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at why your brain sometimes chooses crying as a response to happiness, and what that has to do with emotions, chemistry, and a bit of evolutionary chaos. Let's start with the obvious. Crying is normally reserved for bad stuff. Sadness, pain, frustration, cutting onions. It's the physical response to being overwhelmed. A signal to the world, I'm not okay. Tears even contain stress hormones that the body wants to get rid of. So crying is basically emotional detoxing. But why also during joy? Why does your body detox when everything is great? The answer lies in something scientists call paradoxical emotions. Your brain isn't a computer with clearly separated folders. It doesn't have one button for joy and another for sadness. Instead, it's a huge chaotic network where emotions overlap, mix, and sometimes get completely confused. Imagine your brain like a mixing board. Each emotion has its own slider. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, surprise. But the sliders don't stand in isolation. They influence each other. When you're extremely happy, you push the joy slider to maximum. And sometimes, completely unintentionally, that pulls other sliders up too. Suddenly, the sadness slider is also up a bit, even though you're not sad at all. The result? Tears. Researchers have a term for this, dimorphous expression. It means you feel one emotion but express another. Or rather, you express two opposing emotions simultaneously. Like when you see a baby and say, "That's so cute, I could eat it up." You don't actually want to eat the baby, but your brain is so overwhelmed by cuteness that it throws out aggressive metaphors. Confusing? Yes. Human? Absolutely. And that's exactly what happens when crying from joy. Your brain is so flooded with positive emotions that it pulls the emergency brake. It says, okay, this is too much. I need to regulate here. And the emergency brake is called crying. Tears are a kind of valve, a pressure release for emotional overload. Your body is trying to bring you down, back to equilibrium. Psychologists call this homeostasis, the body's ability to stabilize itself. When you get too hot, you sweat. When you get too cold, you shiver. When you get too happy, you cry. It's the same mechanism, just more emotional. Your brain says, slow down there, buddy. We're not on a roller coaster here. Let's cool this down a bit. But there's another theory, and it's almost poetic. Some researchers believe that tears of joy occur when happiness and gratitude collide. Imagine you win something big, a prize, a game, a surprise. The first impulse is pure joy, but seconds later comes a second thought. Wow, that really happened. I can hardly believe it. And with that thought comes gratitude, humility, maybe even a hint of disbelief. This mixture of, I'm so happy, and I don't deserve this, or this is too good to be true, is emotionally complex. Too complex for a simple smile. So, your body cries. The tears are an acknowledgement of the depth of the moment. They say, this is important. This means something to me. And here's where it gets really interesting. Studies show that people who tend toward tears of joy are often emotionally more mature and more empathetic. They have a higher degree of emotional intelligence. Why? Because they're able to feel and process multiple emotions simultaneously. They can feel joy and vulnerability, strength and fragility, triumph and humility at the same time. That's not a weakness, that's a superpower. But there's also a biological aspect. When you cry, whether from joy or sadness, your body releases endorphins and oxytocin. These are the so-called feel-good hormones. They calm you, comfort you, bring you down. It's as if your body is saying, okay, that was the lot. Here, take some chemical comfort. Even when you're already happy, crying makes you even more relaxed, even more content. That's why crying often feels good, even in joy. It's a discharge, a relief. After the tears have flowed, you feel lighter, clearer, almost cleansed. It's emotional detox, except this time you're not excreting stress, but overwhelm. And then there's the social component. When you cry from joy, you send a strong signal to the people around you. You show vulnerability, authenticity, real emotion. That connects. Nobody thinks embarrassing. Most think, wow, this really means something to them. Tears of joy are a sign of depth, of genuine feeling. They make you human. Interestingly, not all cultures cry from joy equally. In some societies, it's completely normal to cry at a wedding, a birth, or a victory. In others, it's considered inappropriate or weak. But we all have the capacity for it. It's universally human, even if cultural permission varies. And now the big question. Do animals do this too? Do dogs cry from joy when their human comes home? Short answer, no. Animals produce tears to keep their eyes moist, not to express emotions. Emotional crying is a purely human thing. We're the only species that cries from feelings. Whether that makes us special or especially weird is a matter of perspective. But back to you. Next time you're bawling at a happy ending or standing with wet cheeks after a victory, remember, your body isn't doing anything wrong. It's just trying to cope with the intensity of the moment. Your brain is flooded, your heart is full, and your tear ducts are the emergency exit. It's not weakness. It's not embarrassing. It's a sign that you feel deeply, that you're alive, that this moment is more than just a fleeting instant. Tears of joy are your body's way of saying, this matters. So go ahead and cry, whether in the movie theater, at a sporting event, or when your dog acts like you abandoned him for 3 years after a 3-hour absence. It's okay. It's human. And honestly, it's pretty beautiful. Because the world needs more people who feel so much that their body can't help but let it out. Even if that means you cry every single time during The Lion King. Simba would understand. So stay curious, and if you like emotional puzzles like this, subscribe to the channel, because this is where your curiosity gets satisfied. And if you sometimes wonder why you forget why you entered a room, or why cats always land on their feet, you'll find the answers in these videos. Enjoy!